Meio que vou ajeitar os negócios aqui. E aí galera, boa tarde, de boa? Eu sou o Daniel, como você já sabe. Esse aqui é o dia 3, né? Dia 2 no caso. Dia 2 de Campeonato Mundial de Call of Duty. Então, né, como todos estão ansiosos, né, pra essa final linda, Galos. Mano, essa semifinal vai ser boa. Por enquanto, K9 tá ganhando de 1-0 pra Shurok. E agora tá rolando praticamente a maioria votou nele. Galos. Pô, velho, ontem Henriquete deu a vida. Mano, não sei se ele fez 16 ou 15 kills no SD. Mano, mas ele fez bastante. Eu vou deixar rolando a live. Aí, tipo assim, eu vou deixar vocês vendo aí o negócio em inglês. É porque vou ter que fazer umas negócio aqui.
Everyone's about where you might be able to make those immediate comparisons in between what happened with Elevate and what X-Rock might have to offer for you as well. And that's mostly just looking at that guy. Three is that they've only played this map between each other once. I'm telling you. Yeah, I love that map. That map was chaos, and I'm here for chaos. But the raid, I think the thing about this is macro decision. I think we look at this map and we say, finding value and knowing when to stack. Yes. Versus when to try to play for a bit of spawn trapping. In times past, China has been a little bit too frisky of trying to be like, let's just play for this long wrap, get this spawn trap in play. It's like, boys, we can't forget about the OPJ. Now, I will say lessons have been learned there, and I think the Chinese region has been better about stacking points on offense in particular. Just comes down to knowing when you do have the ability to take it a step further and put a little bit of pressure on the spawns. And for all intents and purposes, I feel like that a lot of the Chinese teams, especially looking at last year and the beginning of this year as well, we're always just
happily considering the 1-win condition, and that's just eliminate everybody. It's that easy. Just got to get 30 lives. It's no problem at all, but the objective is your best friend when it comes down to raid control. So many corners, so many different opportunities. The spawn traps, maybe not as egregious when it comes down to Arsenal and Seaside, but are still potent nonetheless.
Indeed the case. Again, on this current map pool, if you want to get a little bit more into the numbers and the stats, there's only 4 times of the 7 that X-Rock and Q9 have played on this map pool, and they have split their meetings 2-2. So, but again, very even battle. Definitely feels like a definition of a swing map mode combination.
Oh yeah.
So let's see what we got. Q9 will be in the blue, X-Rock in the yellow, starting off on offense. Give it to us. Let me get it.
Very excited once we do end up seeing some of these operators online. On this main stage right now, you have some of the best when it comes down to macro management. Juwan's going to strike for the first blood as well. This is going to be an overall 50-50 of the fight for ring. X-Rock do have numbers in this position, but I mean, Chen is just in your face. Good luck.
He's like hitting you with like a Nerf gun.
Yeah.
Just like
that. That was actually the sound effects. You guys
I know.
Hear it? It was muted. Yeah.
I'm the voice actor for the sound effects for the KRM. There it is again. Chen now all of a sudden can put some pressure on towards the gym. This will force X-Rock to spawn bottom side of the map, which means that they will have to take their efforts over towards A. Mid-map focus, trying to come through. Juwan's able to take down 1. That splits the Q9 defense up just a touch. It actually comes back to the fight, and now all of a sudden you got mid-map control. You've dealt with the flank, and you're on stop with the clock and getting progress at A.
This is such a massive moment for Rushi. I mean, albeit having Codm, he's making it work. Going to be able to at least take down 1. Is Curly trying to get through the wheelbarrow window, but Zunio will be there to shut things down. Second segment's going to get locked before Q9 are able to fully get on the zone.
Chen is not quite able to get through the money window. That may be a chalk and rotate moment. Maybe one more chance to contest this if Q9 wants to, but instead they're going to play for exits as Sun lands. He's going to go for it. He's going to get it. What? And now you've got Curly making a move like Mike Tyson in the flesh. Not quite able to get there with the hands. Juwan's still trying to force the issue here, and with a little bit of assistance, they will get back on, but not before Q9 are able to deplete most of the progress at the third tick.
You're kind of forced to keep assaulting this if you are X-Rock. You're down by 4 lives, but look at the positional advantage. Malchi is in your spawn and is constantly being looked at, but Juwan won't be allowed to get past the AC unit in a very annoying position to be in if you are X-Rock. You trail by 4 lives. You just need this one more segment, but there's simply not enough time here.
Down at the top, full play for No-No, up towards B to stop the clock, and boy, over towards the A zone, perfect the B zone. X-Rock trying to get there with numbers. Studio over the top, shot at range. Julian almost able to find a transfer for both, but does enough damage to credit the assist. 12 plays 6, 15 seconds on the clock, and X-Rock have one more chance to break over this B point.
I mean, by the time that they fully realize maybe we should just go over towards B, clear away our spawn, it's just not enough time. Now you're running out of lives. 3 plays up against 10. Sun's still ringing true with the sniper rifle. And Uling starting to deny a lot more space over by Ring. This stack for Q9, knowing that they have every single bit of advantage is fantastic, and X-Rock just don't want to give over more kills. Maybe not give over more scores. Well, maybe you see those operators a little bit later when it comes down to this round. So, what is it? A total of 3 segments off of 2 different zone captures for X-Rock, where realistically, I mean, it was an egregious retake from Q9, but it worked out.
Yeah, I was about to say Rucci was around A. He had a free site to sit on and stop the clock at about 8 seconds. Just didn't choose to do so.
Yep.
So X-Rock now the defense. Rucci, the only one who had earned an operator in the first round, has already popped. It's the War Machine. It's only connected once to this point. Immediately gets shut down. Opening defensive pressure, though, for X-Rock is largely successful. Q9 working on it, though, as they will stop the clock and get a little bit of a stack on towards the B point with Uling supporting with the War Machine.
Yeah, War Machine for War Machine. Uling's War Machine will now run out of ammunition, but it was fiery, to say the least, in the Hacienda map number 1. Big assistance for Q9 why they took that first map. Second segment has been locked. Against the Annihilator as well will take down No-No, and they're going to start assaulting jungle. But what's the response on the opposite side? It's going to be Sunio with the Sparrow. Rolls in as well, but they were by themselves, so Sunio Sparrow will clean house. They will main troll on this side of the map.
Yeah, it's really nice placement from the Sparrow. For a moment, I was like, this isn't really finding value, but he comes back to the point, takes down 2 around the back, but it doesn't stop Q9. Getting over towards his own red missile, right on into the spawn, finds 2. Sun connects for a 3rd. Curly on the equalizers for Kitchen. Rip him apart. 20 plays 9. Q9 looking good to stay on the A zone. First tick going to be locked, more to come.
Equalizer, about half empty.
Mercy.
Might as well just do what you did.
For X-Rock, and they're already finding great success this time breaking off towards me.
Yeah, I mean, the opening breakoffs have been good for X-Rock. It's just the returning gunfights consistently through the past 2 rounds just simply have not been. Uling has another War Machine. Starting to push all the way inside Art.
What a trophy.
Is holding it. Good trophy. Deny the grenade from actually getting towards mine. He will deny any more value with that operator. 4 operators online currently for X-Rock. You have to feel like they need to start using some of these just to extend the clock.
Well, smokes are out. That's going to block the money window and the topside jump wall over towards the opposite zone. Sun's going to rotate over. And No will get to work with the equalizers inside a kitchen. The problem is he loses his teammates on the A zone. And once more, you have the situation for X-Rock where you're trying to finesse the map, but you're really not finding the success on the actual zones themselves. You're down to 25 seconds. No, re-wrap it and try to get back over towards Tiki. And they cannot find Chen. Finally, they get the connection from Sunio, and they can stack over towards this B point. But boy, do they need the extra 60 seconds. They need it now.
You have a 3-life lead. 4 operators still online for X-Rock. Just trying to use some of these resources, get around the zone. The clock is still being stalled over by B. You have players lurking for Q9, denying any driveway shenanigans that might come through, but the Annihilator's invested for Ma. You need the 60.
Ma only finds 1, though. Trade out from Chen, who's locking down this backside jungle position. The setup around the B point is pretty darn good for Q9. Still, the A zone is not fully captured. It's tempting, I think, for Q9 to try to get back to it to see if they can put more pressure on the clock, but as Curly gives it an effort, he will drop it. With that, the extra 60 is tallied, and now here comes the player on the back soon. Good for the first 2, can't quite capitalize on the 3rd as Curly gets to work on maybe another 1v2 moment, but no, cannot land the shots, and now you're just down to 4 lives if you're Q9.
Yeah, at this point, I mean, if you're Q9, you're never going to work your way back fully into that zone, not being down by so many lives, but they are winning some gunfights. The biggest concern for me, 3v10, if you can get any more operators out from X-Rock for the rest of the game, that'd be great. But in a 2v10, you know Q9 are not going to be expecting anything else.
Not at all. Chen still just trying to go from kill to kill, and he is. Whoa, what? That's not bad. Could potentially put together a bit of a streak here. Already has the Hunter Killer, already has the Claw at the ready. Dancing, schmoving. Little shimmy here, little shimmy there, but Chuan will put all those antics to rest as X-Rock will take their second offensive attempt.
Yeah, still a little bit of a segment progression lead coming through for Q9 after the previous attempts. But X-Rock still have an opportunity to potentially get a round 5 defense should it get there. Just comes down to this opening break off again for Q9, and their previous offense was so good. It just assaulted in the middle of the map. They left it so much, they're going to do it again.
Yeah, Q9 go 2 for 1. Ma only catching 1 this time. Smokes her out over towards the pillar side at B. Push forward here for Q9. Rushi very aware of it. Is getting the operators out. Counter from Chen though with the claw. Working this top jump window. Rushi on the hunt. This is the first. Swapping back off of the War Machine will not work out. And Q9 now have entrance on the A zone until Ma steps up. This guy doesn't miss. Oh my goodness.
Early. Trying to at least get a little bit more done. Going to invest the equalizer and just continue to run rampant all the way through pillars. Sparrow and Garage, by the way, is trying to spawn trap you as Sunyo, but Curly on the opposite side trying to make headway over by the B control zone. The clock's still not stalled out, as Chen will at least isolate No over by the rocks, but we got to commit to something here. If you are Q9, you're running out of time.
And Sunyo and Ma, this double sniper setup continues to connect. Finally, Mauchi's able to deal with Sunyo, who had been alive in your backline forever. Ma also drops, so who's next here for this X-Rock defense? Tied down to 24 seconds. Focus for Q9 outside of this 1v1 is over towards B, and this is a 1v1, to put it plainly. Eliminations go the way of X-Rock. Q9 still trying to desperately hold on to the B zone. Will get a second to progress, but here comes the collapse from the X-Rock defense.
This has to be the attempt coming through for Q, but it would be a massive moment for X-Rock should they be able to stop it. 24 seconds remaining on the clock. 1 minute 20 to try to go to work. You're down by 6 lives if you are Q9. You at least have 2 operators should you want to have that, but you almost feel like this has round 5 written all over. Those are resources you probably want to save.
At least based on this current setup, a double stack towards bedroom. You've got 1 player watching the flank, and then you still have mid-map control with the crossfire setup for X-Rock. This is perfect in terms of how do you set up an A defense. It just comes down, can Sunyo survive through the War Machine? He does catch 1. That's enough to pull Uling back, and largely speaking, that doesn't modify the defensive setup at all, because all of a sudden Sunyo spawns up, but he still has the ability to contest this flank.
Yeah, even going for the 1-for-1 is perfectly fine, but 2 responses do come through from Q9. 7 plays up against 13. Trying to at least get past the AC unit, but I mean, that good luck that one moment. Yeah. MG42 goes burr, then you have a head glitch you had to compete against 125 bullets. Never want to see that, but there is some progress being made on the backside of the jungle here for Q9, who are now out of respawns.
That's the only option that they have. I mean, this double setup towards bedroom is so powerful. So Q9 has to default from playing around the back. They do not have the lives nor the time to finesse this. It just has to be good right here, right now. And it's just absolutely not coming through. 11v2. Mauchi working from the front. Final 5 seconds. Doesn't win this 1v1, so it all comes down to what Uling can create. And the answer is he can't create much. Round 5. Let's go.
Segment progression lead should still be there for Q9. So it's going to have to be an offense for X-Rock should they want to take this swing map mode combination. They've been showing up in a big way in the past 2 rounds, specifically for Sunyo. 25 and 18 now. 23 kills now for Juan. But realistically, I mean, when you expend those last 2 operators towards the end of the round for Q9, you're much happier to at least see the defense. The issue is you didn't get the read. The push is over towards A, and the clock stalled early.
And even more importantly here, not only is the play on A alive, X-Rock haven't committed an operator yet, so they still have the ability to use this in reactionary form once they get read what this defense is doing, which is now coming through money window. No. He's got the equalizers out, trying to re-wrap through kitchen. Finds the first. Curly trying to play off the heady. Denies No any further action, who just has to sit here and wait. Not what he wants with these equalizers, so he's going to try to force it. And he does find Chad. Back over towards window. Can he create more space? Does not see Sun initially, but as he makes the hop up, there's the 3rd, and X-Rock can pause the clock with focus on both zones now.
Movement wasn't the cleanest, but still value coming through from No. Ma is going to invest the Annihilator. Roshi actually ended up pulling out the operator as well, but then got immediately shut down. The beat push did not find success, but Mama has been accurate throughout the entirety of this series so far. The Annihilator running out of bullets. The claw invested as a argument on the opposite side does find 2, so the clock will tick once again.
Oh, we've got Sparrow v boxing gloves. Sun able to take that one in stride.
Fight harder.
Off the spawn, X-Rock spawning down towards the bottom part of the map at A, which they already have 2 ticks of progress done at, and early looks over the top of the site. Shots up towards window, good. Shed crossed up over towards Tiki, can't find any room to work with. It's just down to what Mauchi can create from backside basketball, and he's done well for the first, but the claw puts him out of commission. Uling with the flash cannot stop the claw from Chuan, and we're going to get an extra 60 seconds tally with the capture in A.
Live star 2 for gone. Anything to find out transition would be massive for X-Rock, but the exits could be that much better. Oh, a little slide, maybe switch with himself for Curly. Still takes down Ma, who has been having a great series so far. 12 plays up against 15. Ample time left to fight over, but look at the way that X-Rock are still trapped on this side of the map.
Yeah, both teams putting a little bit of pressure over towards their opponent's spawn. Mauchi surprised by Chuan, who almost takes the double in stride. Not fully going to work out, but in the same breath, Sun also falls, trying to put a little bit of existential pressure on X-Rock spawn towards Garage. So now, a flat-out battle. War Machine being spammed by Uling. Trophy systems are down, so everyone stays alive. Last 3 shots remaining. Easily value with it. That's the last operator for Q9. Yes, they have a 3-life lead, but there's a chance that X-Rock could execute with this setup.
I have to start wondering how close they are to the rest of their operators. Still have the 2 available for X-Rock. Should they get in a position to try to pull that trigger? They're just waiting, biding their time. 30 seconds remain. Nice snipe coming through from Sunyo. Gonna take down Uling. Could be an opportunity to push through pillars here.
They do know that this hit has to be efficient. Shots are starting to land. Sunyo has popped the Sparrow. Sun, did he just no-scope no-no at range? Looked like it. Doesn't make a difference. He gets taken out through a wallbang. 7v8. Operators now out for Rushi. Just trying to put the War Machine over towards backside laundry. Here comes Q9. They're trying to reapproach this from middle. They cross up the operator. Now it's just a 6v3. X-Rock running out of lives. One more player in the zone will drop. 20 seconds remaining. Chen's trying to get aggressive, gets stopped out. Sunyo shut down by Sun. Just down to 1. Rushi would have to do this by himself. 1v5. Trying to get the cross up, but the head is held. Take the swing map in 3-2 form.
Tough situation to find yourself in if you are X-Rock again. Ample opportunities through a handful of rounds to try to win this reverse sweep of a control. But still, when it starts off the way and it's so consistent for Q9, it's realistically just their opening breakoffs for me, Alan. When they are winning those opening breakoffs so convincingly, even take that last round, for example, when they just completely all go over towards ring, they give up everything by the pool side, they say, that's perfectly fine. Now we know exactly where you're located at. Clear the jungle flank, go back through mid, through the rocks, 1 through bedroom, and everybody's exactly where you would expect them to be. Fish in a barrel for Q9 to win that opening breakoff, deny so much time for X-Rock in that final round.
Unbelievable raid control. Unbelievable series to this point. I mean, absolute banger. These 2 teams have a lot of history. Rivalries, to put it plainly. But Q9 taking edge. But here is where the problem starts to come back into fold again, because now you got an APOC hardpoint to consider, and then a Kurohana for map 5. Who cares who picked it? It's going to be a square up. So we've got a lot more of this to come here, and I believe it's going to be just as fiery as we saw on map number 1 on Apocalypse coming up.
I mean, you just feel so happy with your prediction, don't you? It going all the way to 5. It has it written all over the board, man. Look, Apocalypse Hardpoint, we'll get into the nitty-gritty of that because we got to give some flowers to Curly, 32 and 24. Dude's been a menace all day. Uling, 19 and 23, not the most sexy KD ratio, but let me tell you, that guy's presence on the map, especially when the War Machine has been popped, has been something of a spectacle through the first 2 respawns. X-Rock just kind of struggled as far as the returning gunfights are concerned. The trade department was always that much more potent coming through for Q9, just solely off the reason that they always felt like that they had a life lead.
Indeed the case. Big shout out to another one of our sponsors at Air Force. We love you, Air Force. Aim high, find your aim. Here we go. I'm pumped for this APOC. This is, I mean, again, we've seen it only a couple of times in the weekend so far. I think in particular, we've seen teams play the map extremely well. Elevate in particular has really put together a perfect example. But for both these 2 squads, having a little bit of an edge, I think, is X-Rock with their history on the map. I'm really curious to see what we're going to get.
Yep. It's going to be fantastic to be able to see what this all ends up being. We'll have to wait just a little while longer. So a couple bathroom breaks behind the scenes, recollecting their thoughts. Can they force a map number 5? Find out after this short break.
Also
中国的琴酒俱乐部，然后这一次我们来参加亚特兰大的使命召唤世界锦标赛，然后这一次我们的目标就是比去年做得更好，并且争取夺到最后的总冠军。琴酒，加油！
The Snapdragon Pro Series is brought to you by Snapdragon Elite Gaming, G, DHL, and the United States Air Force.
Since the year double O, we was out to get more. Bunch of really real G's, burning trees till we low. Sitting by 45 like I'm Jordan on the floor. Here we go, against the grain is what they say my name for.
Agora puxar.
Tava dançando hoje.
Dançando pelado, sério?
Que dançando pelado hoje?
Você tava dançando como?
Eu tava dançando, porque tinha uma calça tinha caído.
Ai, calma, liga esse ventilador, mano. Liga o ventilador. Não queria.
Mãe, tu vai pra onde?
Não, dele lá em Sintonia, tô falando de você, o meu
Nossa,
aqui.
já foi voltar?
O meu no pedacinho do céu.
E aí, galera, tô fazendo live aqui, tá?
Não, o meu rapidinho ali, pedacinho do céu, caraca, só entrar, acabou.